Even though we look at the promo for next week and we know that Karen's going to, be coming around the corner and catches Trey kissing another woman that isn't Pam. And when you look at things from the aspect of, well, technically he isn't cheating because he and Pam only went out on the one date, and he does seem interested in getting to know her and whatnot, and even gave her some helpful, very helpful business advice, to give out free samples. A lot of people in the comments of that video I posted said, yeah, I mean, look at Avon, Mary Kay and whatnot. Free samples take them to the next level, word of mouth. And not to mention happy customers as well can spread the word faster because they're able to reach groups of people that you may not be able to reach yourself as a business. Now, when it comes down to it, I think it's a shame that Trey is going to be portrayed in a way where he's like a womanizer, and Pam is probably going to wind up not wanting to go out with him anymore. And the thing is, he technically isn't cheating because he's not in a relationship with Pam. They went on the one date. But at the same time, it seems to be building up towards, him being discarded as a character as we get into the latter half or latter, just chunk of season 7 and move into season 8. Because to me, Pam is one of those characters who I believe deserves a better story for herself. I love the aspect of her not just simply being an influencer, but being someone who is building their brand off of their following and selling a successful product, which will hopefully lead to them having a lot of success in the future. So I think Trey was a poorly conceived character because I think what could have happened is have Trey be introduced. And rather than him being attracted to Karen, have him be attracted to Pam. Now, Karen could have been an interesting character to play with because now she could be looking at her pregnancy weighing down on her figuratively and literally. Sorry, it's 2:45 a.m. and tripping over my words here, so please bear with me. I think what could have been done is to see her kind of regret. I don't want to say resent the baby or remember, baby, because this would have been early in season 7 prior to the twin revelation, but have her not resent the baby, but, just kind of second guess her choices, just not having protected sex with either Zach or Aaron. And maybe she could think about, how, man, I mean, men used to come in and kind of look at, men used to look at me like that, as opposed to kind of just looking past Karen and, the attention Trey is giving Pam is the attention that she, not only would have gotten prior to the pregnancy, but could be the attention she yearns for. Because remember, in her mind, she still thinks Zach is the daddy, but he's with Zatima. She kicked Aaron to the curb, and she's been focusing on what was her whole thing, not just in the first half of the season, but even now. You know what, look, I got this baby to think about, and I'm trying to run my business. I have no time for, dating and whatnot, because what I'm dealing with right now comes with a lot of baggage. So, yeah, I think that would have been great for Trey to be introduced as a character that was immediately interested in Pam. And they didn't have to like immediately hook these two up, but, you could have Pam maybe kind of being in the same mindset of Karen. I'm single, boo, but I'm trying to build myself up. So I'm just looking at what you're doing, Karen, because earlier in the season, what did Pam say? You're my inspiration. So Pam looking at the fact that, despite being pregnant, no man beside her and whatnot, Karen is rebuilding her entire brand up from the bottom to where it is now because her salon, burned up. So basically, she's not allowing her circumstances to weigh her down. She's still chugging along to get her hair salon back, back in business. And I think Pam could have been looking at it from the perspective of, dating would be fun. Trey is cute. He does seem to be flirted with me, but I need to work on roots to riches. So then as the season progresses, perhaps, Trey could have been giving her the advice, like getting the business license and whatnot. Even though I believe Karen was the one that gave her that advice, but Trey could have been sprinkling in some input during the earlier half of the season as well. And then I think by the time we get to like the mid-season finale, with her product really taking off and, her business going well, she looks at Karen's situation again and kind of reevaluates the fact that, what? Yeah, I'm impressed by Karen, but I'm not the one who's pregnant. And maybe it wouldn't be so bad to avoid sinking myself into just my business because I need to have a life outside of it. So I think that could have been a interesting character development for Pam to show that, yeah, I can really accomplish a lot when I'm serious instead of, just partying and whatnot and sleeping around with whoever. It's like I can do more than I thought I would be able to accomplish. Really giving Legally Blonde vibes, just, a girl who's attractive, who is usually just having fun, hanging with friends, but is far more capable than people give her credit for, especially Karen. When you look at Pam, who not only is inspired by Karen, but is often put down by her. And then you can have her decide to start officially dating Trey because she's been getting to know him and he's been helping her throughout the entirety of, the first half of the season. So by the time we get to season 7B, they've been dating for, a few weeks. And as the season progresses, Roots to Riches gets bigger and bigger to the point where Pam is now able to start her own thing, because even though she loves working with Karen and she's been by her side through so much shit, she no longer has the time to devote to Karen's salon. And what's it called? Karen's Fresh Start. I believe that's the name of the salon, the new name for the salon. And you could see Karen kind of get bitter because throughout the course of the season, while Pam, is getting all lovey-dovey with Trey at the salon and whatnot, she's getting a bit more bitter and she's kind of snapping on them. Kind of like, how whenever Zach is at the law firm and he and Fatima are, getting all cozy and whatnot, and Andy just rolls up, Fatima, don't you have some work to do? And it's like, come on, Andy, let them have their little moment. And I feel like Karen would kind of do the same thing. You can almost see Karen becoming more and more testy with Pam as the season progresses, because while she's struggling to get the salon back on track and dealing with the baby daddy drama and whatnot, and then eventually learning about the twins, Pam's Roots to Riches brand has been growing. Her and Trey's dynamic and their relationship has been getting stronger while she's still bitter and lonely. So I think this could actually work narratively to pushing Pam out the door, because Pam will be reluctant. Because imagine if, let's say, at this point where we are now in the season, episode 16 or 17, Trey's like, come on, boo, I think it's time for you to branch out and do your own thing. Like, don't get me wrong. You told me you've been working with Karen at her salon for, a long time now, but I think you could be more than what you currently are. But that's only if you took that leap and put yourself fully into Roots to Riches. Because you doing the part-time thing, where you're working full-time at the salon, but then, you're working on your brand, and then any other little time you have left, we're spending it together. And I've noticed you're running yourself ragged. This could have really been something good to enhance Pam's character. And it's not even about Pam being part of the sister circle. It's really giving Pam, who was, let's be honest, originally like a C-tier character. And this could have been something to really make her grow. Not only that, introducing a character like Trey, who isn't just there to be eye candy, but someone to actually help advance Pam, kind of in the same way Fatima did with Zach when, those two first linked up. And then, Pam could have been like, no, Trey, my girl's been through so much, she inspires me, and she lost her salon. She just got this new one, and she's dealing with all this baby stuff and, the baby daddy drama. But it's Pam weighing her own self. It's ironic. Karen is weighing herself down by her twins, and then Pam is weighing herself down by trying to carry that burden by being Karen's, confidant, friend, coworker, and whatnot. But it gets to the point where Karen just says something so foul and, nasty because we know how Karen could be, to the point where Pam just decides to throw her hands up. Kind of in the same way as last week's episode when Pam snapped on Karen after she laughed at, well, spit out her coffee and whatnot. When Pam said that she wanted to ask Trey out, and what did she think of it? So I think that, substitute that with something where Karen just lets out her jealousy and aggression in just one rant that pushes Pam over the edge. So then Pam just decides to leave. So I do feel like from there, Pam leaves and her brand just blows up. Say, man, I hate for this to happen, but Karen would just be pushed to the point where she'll just start throwing Pam's Roots to Riches, bottles of hair care and maybe even some merch on the floor. And then Pam is just like two through. And then the next thing you know, she's blowing up, name on, signs and face on billboards. Every salon in the city is trying to get her product in their stores, in their salons. But, Karen is just shocked because she didn't imagine this would happen. And then imagine some customers come in here is like, I used to get Roots to Riches here, and it seems like you don't sell it for some reason. I mean, every other salon, my girl's been telling me Roots to Riches is in the salon across town and this, that, and the third. It's almost like every place in Atlanta has that brand except for you. What's going on? And then Karen is just dumbfounded by this. And then maybe she'll apologize to Pam. I don't know. But either way, Pam is thriving. Her business is going well, bringing a crap ton of money. Trey's right by her side. And yeah. Dang, now I know why y'all say I should be a writer or something like this. This just came out of nowhere. I was just thinking to myself that with the plot seemingly writing Trey to be a dog and most likely going to be written out of the show soon, there could have been a lot of potential with his character as well as Pam. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'm not saying there should be a Pam spinoff. I'm not. But imagine her having a spinoff focusing on her success as a new business owner and stuff like that. That would be wild. Okay, so if if Pam or anybody from Tyler Perry's camp sees this, let me know. And if you do a Pam spinoff and it's based off my idea, you better give your boy some credit. That's all I'm saying. So the actor that plays Trey, maybe he's watching this too. He could be like, yo, that sounds like a good idea. It will keep me around. See, I'm trying to keep people, with a job. I mean, if you're going to keep these characters around or give these characters more screen time, at least make it worth their while. That's all I'm saying in terms of development and writing. But that's just my 2 cents. And if you made it this far in the video, let me know your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.